Hey guys, welcome back. Again, my name is Jesse. I'm here to help you guys out with what looks to be Packet Tracer 2.4.1.2, the Skills Integrated Challenge. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. Again, just a quick background. The purpose of these videos is try to help illustrate the information that you are reading within your chapter with the Cisco Academy, and try to show you how it reflects in the labs that you're doing. So you might find some faster videos that might go through these projects faster, but I'm going to, as much as possible, try to give you quick tips, shortcuts and hotkeys and things like that, as well as try to illustrate some of the information you're reading along with the tasks that we're doing within these labs. So let's go ahead and jump in, like I said. Objectives to configure your host names and IP addresses on two Cisco internetwork operating systems, iOS switches using the command line interface, otherwise known as the CLI. Use Cisco iOS commands to specify or limit access to the device configurations. Use the iOS commands to save the running configuration and configure two host devices with IP addresses, verifying connectivity between two PC and devices. All right, the scenario. As a recently hired LAN technician, your network manager has asked you to demonstrate your ability to configure a small LAN. Your task includes configuring initial settings on two switches using the Cisco iOS and configuring IP address parameters on host devices to provide end-to-end connectivity. You are to use two switches and two host PCs on a cabled and powered network. Okay, let's just jump into the requirements. They don't give you any kind of helpful tips or anything like that. If you need more laid out information, I suggest going back to the previous packet tracers. You could watch some of my previous videos, and I'll give you more quick tips and tricks and stuff like that that go along with some of these requirements. But here they're not holding your hand. They want you to know exactly what they're talking about and doing that. If you need more information, like I said, go back to previous packet tracers. All right. So it says use a console connection for each to access each switch. To do that, you come down to connections, and let me just scroll this over. You have your whole list of connections. You can scroll through them like that. The blue one is to represent the console cable, which in real life, if you haven't had a chance to do a lab yet, it reflects the color of the actual console cable that you would use. So we'll go ahead and we'll click on Manager. I'm going to go with the RS connection here, and then come over to the switch. And I know it's jumping off the page, but it says console all the way at the top, and we'll click on console. And while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and do the same thing. Again, console and the RS. Hey, and then we've got our console cables connected. Click on Manager, and we'll jump down to the other requirement, which is to name the switches room 145 and room 146. Respectively. Yep, okay, so I'm 145. So we'll click on desktop. And since we are going to be counseling into these switches, you need to use the terminal interface. And as some of you are reading, I know you guys went over this. Make sure, again, for the most part, Packet Tracer will never ever change these settings for you, but you need to know what these settings are, especially for your ICND1 or CCNT, as well as your CCNA. You need to know that your baud rate, which is your bits, will be at 9600, your data bits at 8, parity at none, 1, stop bits at 1, and then flow control at none. You will need to know that. There will be a test question somewhere that'll ask you that, so make sure to kind of file that in the back of your head. Click OK, and we're into the terminal. Voila, into user mode. Let's jump into privilege mode by, again, typing enable. Jump into global configuration, again, conf t or config terminal, and it'll get you there. Host name is the command, and room 145. Okay. And the next parameter is that they want us to go ahead and do secure all our line interfaces as well as the secret password, which again, secret will be the encrypted version. So enable, we'll do that first. Enable secret, and the password is 6, capital E, capital B, capital U, P. And there we go. And our completion percentage goes up to 3 points. Excellent. And let's go ahead and jump into the line console because we need to secure that. Line console 0. Again, password is the command, and the password will be lowercase x, uppercase A, lowercase w, 6K. Okay. All right, now that we've entered in the password command, we also want to make sure, again, once again, to type the login word to make sure that the password screen prompts you when you go to sign into one of the console ports or VTY lines. So there we go. Exit back out, or within line console if you were, say, in it still. So like, let's pop back into line console. You can also just jump right into your VTY lines by typing line VTY 0 through 15 because we want to get them all. And now we're into the VTY configuration, line configuration mode. So we'll go ahead and enter the password, and I'm going to go ahead and just use the arrow up keys to arrow up to where that command was, since we're using the same command for the VTY lines as we are in console. So there we go, and then we'll arrow up and do login, boom, and then exit back down to global configuration mode. Our next step is to go ahead and encrypt all clear text passwords. Again, we're going to type do show. And if you were in privilege mode, you could type show run, but since we're in global configuration, we're going to do show run to say our running configuration. We don't have to worry about the secret password because that one's already encrypted, but if you pop down to your line inputs, you can still see the password. So we're going to go ahead and use the service password encryption command to go ahead and encrypt those. And if we go back into the running configuration, boom, they are encrypted now. All right. Next command is set up a banner, message today banner that says warning in it. So banner, message of the day, and I'll use my special character and just type in warning. Stay out. Oh, special character. There we go. All right. Next, configure addresses for all devices according to the address table. Save configuration. Verify all devices. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's see. So we have a VLAN, a virtual interface, or virtual LAN, that is, for VLAN 1. So let's go ahead and pop into that interface for VLAN 1. We're going to give it an IP address of 128.107.20.10, and it is a /24 inch CIDR, which again you'll learn a little bit more about as you continue on in the semester, what CIDR is and what it means. And again, you popped into VLAN 1. You need to bring VLAN 1 up by typing the no shut command or no shutdown. And we are up. We've popped up to 27 points completed out of 90. We can pop out of that. And actually, we'll just Control C back down to privilege mode, because I believe other than verifying connectivity, we need just to save our, save our running configuration. So copy, run to starting config, enter, and we have saved it. Okay, so we can go ahead and exit out of here. We'll go ahead and we'll pop in the IP addresses real quick for the manager PC. So we'll scroll back up here to the top. Again, manager, and we'll pop in these IP addresses. Again, we're doing a static IP address, but 128.107.20.25, all right, because we're doing the manager's computer right there. And this is going to be /24. And since we're only doing layer 2, we're not doing layer 3, once again, we don't have to enter in the default gateway. If we're doing routing, where we actually had to route IP addresses, we would go ahead and put a router in there, and we'd have to make sure that we put the default gateway in. But since we're only doing switches, we don't have to put in that. We're only having to worry about routing MAC addresses, or not even routing, just moving along the MAC address through the switch. So let's go ahead and come over to reception and click on the desktop tab. Again, we're terminaling in. Click OK. Let's move our way up to privilege mode. And from there, go up to global configuration mode. All right, so let's go ahead and add our host name, which is room 146. From there, we need to secure privilege mode. We do that by enable secret, because we'll make sure we're doing the encrypted one again. And that password is 6, capital E, capital B, capital U, lowercase p. Enter. And we'll go ahead and type in, oh, sorry, got distracted. There we go. So we want to protect our lines now. So we'll start with console line console that is, 0. Password protected with the password of A, or X, capital A, lowercase w, 6, lowercase k. Enter. And again, make sure when you're typing in passwords that you don't put a space after the password, because it definitely will mess you up when you go to enter a password in the future if you don't know if there's a space there or not. Again, we're typing in login to prompt the password during the trying to escalate into, or not even escalate, we're not even escalating, we're trying to log into the console port. We make sure that you type in login so you can go ahead and make sure that that prompt comes up. Okay, from there we'll go into the VTY lines 0 through 15, and again we'll just arrow up to get those commands. Exit. We're back down to global configuration mode. Again, encrypt your clear text passwords. Because if we do take a quick look at our running configuration, what do you know? It's still in clear text. So we'll encrypt it with the service password encryption command, and that does that. From there, next point is go ahead and set up a message of the day banner. So banner, message of the day, special character, warning, stay out, special character, boom. All right, let's go ahead and work on our virtual LAN IP address. So interface VLAN 1, give it an IP address of a 128.107. Let's see, let's highlight it so you can follow along. There you go. 20.15, and then 255.255.255.0/24. Okay, again, let's bring it up by typing no shut, and it is up. All right, let's save our configurations. Control C back down to privilege mode, copy, run to starting config, enter, enter, and that portion is done. And from there, we'll just exit out of that and jump right into the IP configuration on the PC for reception. Again, we're going to be entering that IP address right there. So 128.107.20.30 with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. Again, we don't need to put a default gateway in. And we can verify our IP address with the ipconfig command and the command prompt. Boom, everything's right there. And we can verify our connectivity over to the opposite side to the manager by doing ping 128.107.20.225. Yeah, there we go. Sure enough, there is our pings. And again, if you want to do a continual ping, just add a -T, and it'll continually ping. When you're done with that, Control C will go ahead and exit you out. And when you're done, you can type exit and close it out right like that. All right, anything else? Okay, again, it gives you the information here at the bottom of the note. It says click the results to see your progress. You can also reset the activity to start over if you want to try it again. But other than that, you are all set. Again, my name is Jesse. If you have any questions or issues or any comments on the video today, I ask you to leave some comments below. That'd be great. Otherwise, I'm still working out all the email addresses and everything like that, so you can communicate with me personally through email. But when that pops up, I'll definitely start letting you guys know at the end of these videos. Other than that, I hope you're having a great time. I hope these were informative. And I hope to see you back again and continue to plug away. Thank you.